welcome back to the UMR in Summary podcast. My name is Dallas Lansanese. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I work at NDSU. That's basically South Canada. And with me, I have.
Jessie B, she, her, hers, working at Cornell College in
Hey, oh,
Iowa.
sorry.
I'm sorry. He gave his location. I'm in Iowa.
Yeah, you
Hi,
are.
Nathan.
Yeah, she's in the Iowa Cornell. Hi, I'm Nathan Dozier. I use he, him, his. I work at Fort Hays State University in Kansas, which is southern Nebraska.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad my state is its own place.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
corn.
And so everyone else is just tied to something.
I mean, I guess it could be Western Illinois, but I don't think so.
No one wants to be Western Illinois. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No one wants to be Western Illinois. Whether it's like as this joke, and that, or I'm not going to say my next comment, and
That's probably wise.
I'll move on from that.
Maybe eastern Nebraska.
Oh,
Could be Eastern Nebraska. That's probably more accurate.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think we're in the Nebraska conglomerate,
Yeah, there
and
we go.
then NDSU is South Canada, South Dakota is North Nebraska.
Okay. I'm okay with this. I think we just made a lot of people mad. We should introduce our topic. Nathan, you want to do that for me?
Yeah, sure. So we're going to be talking today about imposter syndrome, which is basically the feeling that you get when you don't feel like you have earned the position or place that you are in. Uh, we're going to talk more typically about a workplace, but this can happen in like a leadership position. It can happen as a state of the United States. It can happen as a planet like Pluto.
Mm,
Imposter syndrome.
facts. Okay. That was a really good definition. I was going to ask you guys how you would define it. That was great.
Thanks, man. What's up, Dallas?
Anything to add?
No, I yield to redundancy.
I yield
That
to redundancy is going to be an awesome like tattoo I get.
um, do we want the National Library of Medicine definition as well?
Yeah, if you can give that, that's probably a little more accurate.
Okay, so they say imposter syndrome is a behavioral health phenomenon described as self-doubt of intellect, skills, or accomplishments among high-achieving individuals. So that's the official definition. And I will send that link to you, that article, Nathan, so you can put it in the show notes.
Will do. Yes.
So let's talk about personal experiences of imposter syndrome. How does this show up in your life and how has it impacted your work?
All right, actually, I know we recorded this and it failed because of audio. So this is our
Mhm.
second recording for the insider information. I think I have an actual answer now to this
That's
because
good to
Oh,
know.
incredible.
I
like
want to put just out there that the last time we recorded this, Dallas said, I've never felt it. And I was like, wow, how awesome for content.
but no, I think with I'm not okay because I don't want to give specifics of the recent situation that I was a part of.
Sure.
Um, so I won't. So I'll be very as broad as I can be, even
Great.
though if you know me, I don't know how to do that, but I'll try my best. Um, I recently something popped up, unexpected, didn't see it coming. It was like a damn, you just got smacked. Whoa, in the face with something I was like, didn't expect it. Um, and I had a meeting that was cool. People left. I stayed in my office with the door closed, with just my lamp on, mood lighting, and I
Mhm.
just sat there and I was thinking like, wow, it's my sixth year as doing hall director stuff. That's never happened. Did I am I washed? Is it over? Am I is it did I already peak and now I'm on the decline? I started thinking, I was like, I don't think am I even is this role correct? Should I skedaddle kind of thing? I don't know. So that was about 20 minutes though. To go back to the whole I don't experience this imposter syndrome thing phenomenon. But no, it definitely was a 20-minute like I felt like I was having like a life crisis because I was just thinking about all the things like have I actually done the correct things or are people just telling me I have? kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
that's imposter syndrome. Lots
yeah,
of them.
so I was like, that
Hey,
happened. That happened. So
I'm seeing some
yeah.
Dallas character growth.
This is amazing.
Yeah,
So the
cheers.
hero's journey, it's got the
Yeah.
little bit of the
Yes.
rocky waters, and that's where we're at there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you for listening.
Hmm.
I'll probably ask you more details after. But I guess I can talk about my experiences with it. And actually, I have even stranger experiences with it because the last time we talked about this, I was talking about how when I moved positions from a community director to assistant community director, I hadn't been a community, or I said assistant community director. I, assistant community director, or I guess I went from grad to community director to assistant director.
There you go.
That all happened pretty quickly. I was only a grad for half a year. I was only a community director for a year and a half, and now I've been the assistant director here for 2 years. This is going into my third year. And I guess moving quickly kind of did that to me. And that's kind of why I didn't feel like I really knew what I was doing. Because every single time I started to get a grasp, next thing would happen. On the bright side, now I've been in this job long enough that I feel like I know what I'm doing. But the biggest like disconnect for me was when I moved offices, and the office I moved to was someone who I respected a lot, my mentor, Dave. And I was just in Dave's office. Now I'm in Kim's office because she moved positions to be the director of the foundation on campus. But this office doesn't feel like I'm just in Dave's office. It's a little bit more fresh and new for me because Kim was just a coworker. So it's not like I'm moving somewhere where it feels like I'm just there because the person who was there isn't. Now it feels like I've been here. I'm actually doing the job. I know what I'm doing. But overall, I felt kind of imposter syndrome throughout different parts of my life. Like when I was a music major, um, I felt that a lot because I was around a lot of performance majors and they're very good at their instruments and that's all they do. And they practice every day for way too long. And I was a composition major, so that's not really what I was supposed to be doing. But then I was like, oh shoot, am I just bad at music? Because they're playing music. I'm putting stuff on paper, and that's no good. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my experience of just like surrounding yourself by people who are, I guess, just qualified and good at what they do makes you feel like you're less.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that the definition that we read talks about high achieving individuals because there's also this standard I think that we set for ourselves that we're never quite reaching. There's always a goal. And so because we are A, comparing ourselves to all of these accomplished people around us, and B, setting a standard that is a little bit out of our reach on purpose so that we can achieve things, uh, we feel very inadequate a lot of the time. I think that has been my entire experience in residence life from the time I was an RA, because I had really good RAs that I looked up to and wanted to be like, to coming into this role as an assistant director. Um, yeah, when I started, I was very close in age to a lot of the students that I was working with. And that I felt like they could see right through me. And I have since learned that that is not the case. But I think that's how it feels. You just feel kind of exposed to the world, and like every mistake is magnified.
I do think
So
part of
no, 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 go ahead.
no, that's fair. I do think part of that too is the fact that the only consciousness this is I don't want to get too meta with it, but the our own consciousness is what we try to like put onto people.
Yeah.
So then we think that they just think the same things we do
Hmm.
because we can't really conceptualize what they're thinking. So
That was
like,
very meta. I liked it.
yeah, but you were saying that like you think people can see right through. Yeah, I think that's fair because we can't really think of what they're thinking. It's just like, dang, I really messed that up. Everyone's gonna
Mhm.
think about that all day.
Because I'm gonna think about it all day.
Exactly. But I don't know. I watched a waiter slip and fall yesterday. He's probably thinking about it still. And
So are you apparently.
It was only for the example I'm thinking about it, but I
Did
wasn't thinking about it up until this.
did this person see them fall?
Yeah. Oh, it
Nice.
Oh,
was in a very crowded restaurant.
Nice.
no.
Like, and trust me, it was more just like, man, I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah.
Because if you slip and fall and you're a customer, well, yeah, you have some, you have power. Like something's gonna happen. But
So
you were working. That sucks.
It's funny you say that because in my office the other day, I was like randomly looking out my window and the RHA president walked by and she tripped. But no one saw her, but I saw her through my window. So obviously, like she thought no one saw her. That later that night, I went to the RHA meeting, not to just tell her I saw her that she tripped, but I did. When I walked in, she was sitting at the front. I was like one of the first people, and I said, "Hey, you know how you tripped earlier? That was kind of funny, huh?" And I just get,
You're you're terrible.
she
that's
was,
so
and
mean.
she was like,
Only
when did I trip?" I was like, "Oh, you were walking right by my office, and you like, I even like mimicked it. It's like you went, and then
oh, so you made fun of her?
a little bit, but like we're chill like
Why?
that."
No,
Who's
that's
very
fair.
explicitly
Now
making
she's
fun
gonna
of?
think for the rest of her life she's on the Truman Show.
Yeah, isn't that like the dream though? That's what I want to be.
Yeah, no,
Mm. She's just never gonna walk past your office.
that's true.
No, she parks over there. She's got to walk past my
Yeah,
office.
she's gonna find a new place to
She'll find
park.
a new place.
That's unfortunate. Oh well.
Oh my gosh.
She's also my resident, so like maybe I'll just see her in the lobby trip one day and I'll just point at her and laugh.
Maybe she'll see you just eat it. I hope
I
she does.
I did. I biffed it winter the day before winter break started. There was snow on the ground. I walked on the one spot that didn't have snow, but it was fucking ice. And I went, and there goes my headset. It's on the ground now. It's off my. I can't even hear y'all talk. But I yield.
Have you both seen the Truman Show?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I feel like this is a situation where, like, if we start just doing product placement just for the sake of Dallas feeling like he's on the Truman Show, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But nothing that makes me feel more alert than buy Wonder Water.
I can't. Is that a true story, or are you just did you find a thing that you could advertise?
Um, I mean, I have buy.
Does anything make you feel more alert than Vi?
Yes.
Existential dread.
Werther's original.
And when I clean off my keyboard, I like to use dust off electronic duster.
Guys, bring it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're giving up free advertising space.
This is crazy. Oh my gosh. All right. What have you learned from other people that has helped your imposter syndrome?
I want to go on this one first. I think the one thing that made me feel like I was being silly about it, and I still get it from time to time, imposter syndrome, but a little less now. I just as I grow in a role. But the thing that probably helped the most is learning that other people feel that thing because I think the time that people feel it the most is before someone has defined it to them. Because probably my sophomore year of college, when someone said, "Oh yeah, that's imposter syndrome," I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" Like, you can't just make up a word and make me feel better. Like, no, it's like a documented thing that most, like, a lot of people feel like they feel like they're not supposed to be where they are. I was like, oh, okay. Well, so it's just the human condition. Okay, fine.
I
Yeah, that's good.
guess I think with the situation that I just explained, the most recent thing, because I mean, and I hate because I know how different my experiences can be to like the general public, and when I start explaining things, it's like Dallas, it's just a you thing. I get it, okay, but I'm gonna still explain it. I just said, "Why are you thinking like that, bro?" And then I kind of just kicked myself out of it. But that's similar to how like when I went, I equate that to when I took a speech, like a presentation speech class thingy in undergrad. It's one of my first classes as a freshman. In high school, I hated public speaking. Go figure if you know me. That's weird, right? I was like, I didn't like being in front of people talking. And so I hated it. It was really bad. I felt very anxious doing that at any time when I had to give a presentation for like a class. So I came to college, and my freshman year, I had to do that for a class. And I just said, what if you just were good at it, dude? What if you just pretended that you were good at speaking in front of people? And so I went in and pretended. And I was good. I was fantastic. And ever since then, I was like, you know what, this is pretty easy. And then it just naturally kind of turned into a something I can do now instead of, and I don't have to pretend anymore. I can just talk in front of people and it's fine, kind of thing. Um, so I think similarly that can translate to at least how I feel, and also maybe not to step on your toes of the next question, but maybe advice I'd give
Mhm.
to others is, and it's funny because for the longest time I've never liked the phrase "fake it till you make it." I've always hated that because like you should be your genuine self, and if you're not like if it's not going well, you shouldn't pretend like it is, kind of thing or whatever. But like trying to get yourself out of the damn, I shouldn't be in the position that I'm in, or maybe someone else could do it better. Like, if we're specifically talking about like a professional job, like you were hired to be in that position, there are a group of individuals that thought that you could do the position. So that's credit right there. That's them giving you credit. Like, we hired you to be in this position because we believe in you. Now, if you don't think like that, that's unfortunate. Maybe start to think like that until you don't have to pretend to think like that anymore. And I know it's not that easy. I know that, but
So
Well, it is.
so you're basically just do it.
Nike,
I
not
can't.
not a sponsor.
Oh, but that's the difference between fake it till you make it. But get rid of the fake it part. Just do it though.
Do
Just
it.
do the thing.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not trying to do a product placement. That wasn't going to be the bit here, but I mean, it's just the difference between the two. But yeah. Also, I missed like 90% of your story only because my audio just I couldn't hear anything for a little bit, and then I got the tail end of the fake it till you make it part.
Well, I hope it. Did Jesse hear me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Okay, it was just a me thing.
hell yeah. That's awesome. But no, yeah,
No,
yeah,
we just let you talk for that whole time.
people be doing that. But no, I guess to wrap up, I do like your summary of that, Nathan, of like just do the thing. Because at the end of the day, like that's life. You kind of just need to do the things. And whether or not you think you're doing it well, you probably are in the eyes of many people.
Hmm.
We are always our own like worst critic. Like our brains are strong weapons that take over in terrible ways sometimes. And it's unfortunate that people do experience imposter syndrome in any facet of their life. But you just gotta do the things until you can't do the things anymore.
Yeah. I mean, even if that's, like easier said than done for people, I would also say the primary way people generally get over imposter syndrome is experience. Like it is just doing the thing. Um, and the more you do it, the more you feel like you're qualified. So honestly, I think that's good advice. Hmm. Good job. Nathan, any other advice that you would like to add since we've moved to that question?
No, I mean, unfortunately, that was really good advice. I wish you had like
Unfortunately.
left some gaps in there so then I could, yeah, you did your job. Have a good day. Um, but yeah, just go do the things that are giving you anxiety about it because I think I've said before, but I mean, I've said it in many spaces. The only thing that gives me the most imposter syndrome is not doing the thing that I was asked to do that I need to still get done. If you just put it off, you're gonna still feel like you're not supposed to be in that job just because you're not doing the thing that you were told to do. So just go do it. Just go do the thing you said you were going to do. If you said that you were going to write a new intro for your podcast and you still haven't done it and you keep saying you're working on it, just go write it. Go write it today.
That's a great way to end. Do the things that you are. Do the things. Like, I feel like that's our challenge, our practical application. Genuinely. Like, you, those of us who experience imposter syndrome, those of us who don't, you're qualified. You were hired for a reason. Do the thing.
Comment
That's
down below the things that you've done.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, way to get that engagement. Yeah.
Tell me every single thing you've ever done. Everything.
In a separate comment, please.
I
Yeah.
am your confidant in the comments. I will reply to every single thing
Yeah,
you've
he's
ever
gonna
done.
reply to all of them
Yep.
instead of writing the intro to the podcast.
No, because I'm going to comment and say, I wrote the intro to the podcast
Yeah, you
later
are.
today.
Take
I
care.
shouldn't have put a timeline on it, but here we are.
No, it's good. That's how we get things done. All right.
So in summary, do the thing, right?
In summary, do the thing. Yeah, and like and follow and subscribe to all of our social media. We're gonna have
Do those
links in the show
things.
notes.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell for daily reminders.
This has been In Summary. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye-bye.